From Thornton Gymnasium on the campus of Aurora University, it is this evening's doubleheader of Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference basketball. We'll start with the men, featuring the Falcons of Concordia University, Wisconsin, and the Spartans of Aurora University. And we welcome you here. Lancaster Court will be a busy place today, as it has been the last several weekends. My name is Sean Fry. Andrew Zimmerman is back with me. Good afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back here as AU and Concordia, Wisconsin begin the second half. CUW comes in at 8-5, 7-2 in the NAC, puts them in a three-way tie for first, while Aurora finds itself in a three-way tie for ninth. Not exactly where anybody wants to be. The Spartans 3-6 in conference, 4-10 overall. Did end a three-game skid with a win over Rockford last Saturday, 87-71. A comprehensive effort by the Spartans, but then lost at Dominican 77-62 as the Stars complete the season sweep of the Spartans. AU's now lost 7 of 9, and shooting has been a major issue as AU shot just 36% from the field, 20% on threes, and in fact they've shot that number or worse in 4 of 5. So just starts making a few more baskets here. We've seen some good over the last handful of home games, but just not enough shots have gone down, so I'm sure that'll be a point of emphasis. Have to find a way to get it to go through the hoop, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they've been struggling a little bit offensively, knocking down some shots. There was some times in the last game where, they missed some layups they probably should have had. So they're certainly going to be looking to do a little bit better offensively than they have in previous games. But, and when you look at this contest here today between Concordia and Wisconsin, they did a very good job last time these two met up on shooting the three ball. And I think that's going to be very important again here this afternoon. They're going to want to get a lead and pull away in this one. It's going to probably come from that three-point arc.
And Concordia, Wisconsin was the winner when these two teams played up in Mequon, just outside of Milwaukee on December 4th. It was 81-77 in that contest. The Falcons come in having won 3 straight, shot an even 50% from the field against Concordia Chicago in that 83-67 win on Tuesday, +7 on the glass, and a nice +6 turnover margin, and picked up 7 of their conference-leading 55 blocks. This has been a very good defensive team, if not a team that shoots the three ball very well. They're towards the bottom of the league, and in some cases the country, in three-point efficiency, attempts, makes, etc. But they're certainly able to make up for it by being opportunistic on defense. They lead the conference in steals per game at just under 10 per game. They average more than 4 blocks a game, also a conference-leading mark. So AU has to make sure, if they can get inside, that they find a way to finish inside and avoid the defense coming back on top of them, and on the perimeter have to be careful with the basketball to avoid what has been a very good defense at timing and jumping passes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, both teams at the top of the conference in terms of steals per game, so it's good. Valuing possessions and holding on to the basketball is going to be very important for both teams. I mean, like you said, they're very good at taking the ball away and creating opportunities for one another. So that'll be another crucial point of this game. But you mentioned the three ball for Concordia, Wisconsin. It's been, a bit of a struggle there from beyond the arc, only shooting at about a 28% clip there. So certainly some numbers that they are going to want to fix. And for AU, I mean, it's probably going to come down to forcing them to those tough outside shots and hoping that they won't be knocking them down tonight.
Well, we will figure things out here in just a bit. Here as Aurora and Concordia, Wisconsin get set to put the ball in the air here. It's game number 15 of the season for the Spartans, and it's coming up here at athletics.aurora.edu. Aurora and Concordia University, Wisconsin on the way here in a matter of moments. Glad you're with us here for the first of a couple of basketball contests on Lancaster Court. The women will play at 4:15, or about a half hour after we wrap this one up here in Thornton Gymnasium. Leaders for the Spartans, Will Rubis and Bailey Vance, almost dead even, around 13.5 points per game. And then Rubis averaging 6.5 rebounds, while Vance averages just under 6 per game. For Concordia, Wisconsin, it starts with Jordan Johnson, the 6'6 junior guard. who leads the team just under 18 points, over 7 rebounds per game. Second team all-conference selection last season, freshman of the year in the 2017-2018 season. He can fill it up. Brandon Keller's been good as well, at about 13.7 rebounds per game. Joey Zietlow and Jared Jers also averaging in double figures in scoring. Jers, 7th in the country at just under 7 assists per game. He's a distributor. He's very good at it, and the Spartans will have to make sure they have 2 eyes on him every time he has the basketball.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, Jared Jers has been outstanding, commanding the offense, and I'm sure he's going to be in store for another pretty good game today if the Spartans can't lock him up defensively.
Other games going on here in men's hoops. It's Dominican at Rockford. They're getting set to play that one. It should be a real good one there up in Rockford. It's Concordia Chicago visiting Illinois Tech today over on the south side. Benedictine is at Edgewood today. Marion at Wisconsin Lutheran as they tip that one off in Milwaukee. And it's MSOE at Lakeland. They'll be playing that one in Plymouth, Wisconsin today. So that's a look at our other games today. 2 basketball contests on the agenda. Men first. It's going to start with the pregame announcements. We'll pause for that. Ready for hoops, my friend? Absolutely, right?
Yes, of course. Very ready for hoops.
Poor Andrew was not ready for me and had his headset off respectfully, and now we're ready to go. AU and CUW. Let's meet the starters for our men's contest. Three juniors, 2 sophomores for the Falcons. They are the 6'2 sophomore guard from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, Jared Jers. The 6'5 junior guard out of Oak Creek, Wisconsin, Joey Zietlow. The 6'3 junior guard from West Bend, Wisconsin, Camden Flowers. 6'7 sophomore from Plymouth, Wisconsin, Brandon Keller. The 6'6 junior from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, Jordan Johnson. Jers, Zietlow, Flowers, Keller, and Johnson for the Falcons. As we mentioned, 8-5, 7-2 in the NAC. A 3-way tie for first, led by 13th-year head coach Sean Cassidy, who has reached 10-plus NAC victories in all but 2 seasons. He's 3 away from that with plenty of the schedule still to come. Now for Aurora, starting 4 juniors and a freshman tonight. And they are the 5'11 freshman guard from Chicago, Illinois, Shamar Pumphrey. The 6'5 junior forward from Roselle, Bailey Vance. The 6'7 junior forward from Oak Lawn, Illinois, Justin Werzak. The 6'7 junior forward out of Germantown, Tennessee, Will Rubis. And the 6'3 junior forward from Bloomingdale, Illinois, Michael Finley. The starters again, Pumphrey, Vance, Werzak, Rubis, Finley. AU 4-10, 3-6 in the NAC. As you mentioned, puts them in a 3-way tie for 9th, but still only 1 game out of where the conference tournament 6th seed is right now. AU led by first-year head coach Matt Airy with assistant coaches Tyler Jones and Ricky Hampton. Now, Andrew, no doubt about it, you hear about moving day in golf tournaments, right? This might as well be moving day for the Spartans here. A chance, with about 9 games left in the conference season, you can finish with a flurry, be right back in it. But also the margin for error very thin at this point. Can't very well afford to take many steps backward at this point. So this is a critical contest for the Spartans tonight.
Yeah, critical for both teams, I'd say. I mean, for Aurora, I think, like you mentioned, they're just outside of that conference tournament. So, if you get on a bit of a run, get hot at the right time, you can sneak into that tournament, maybe make some noise and surprise some people. So there's still a lot to play for Aurora. And for Concordia, Wisconsin, they're trying to maintain that top spot of the conference. They want to be that number 1 seed when that tournament comes around, and it's gonna take playing their best effort in every single conference game, even ones today where they may be the favorite.
You want to play at home.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, you certainly want to play at home, and that's what they're playing for at this point in the season. And the Spartans just trying to hold on and sneak in that tournament and maybe surprise some people.
AU left to right across your screen in their home white uniforms, blue numbers and letters, blue and green trim. Spartans on the front. Concordia, Wisconsin, right to left in their road blue uniforms, white numbers and letters. Concordia on the front, white trim on the uniform as Werzak steps in against Brandon Keller, and we'll start this one off. By the way, poor math on my part. 11 games remaining, all 11 of them are conference games for AAU. Spartans win the tip. And Pumphrey gets the ball in the center circle, the AU logo facing away from us. It's a man-to-man look for the Falcons as Vance tried to drive and kick, but the spacing not great that time and an easy tip out of bounds. Halfway through the shot clock. Pumphrey looking to inbound it here. Far side of the gym toward the corner. Able to bounce it in for Wurzak at the volleyball line. They'll bounce it to Vance, who's on the right wing. 10 to shoot as Pumphrey picks it up to the far side. Finley getting his 4th start. Rubis up top with 5 to shoot. Now Wurzak, left wing triple, rims out. The rebound pulled in by Zietlow. He'll start the break here. The free throw line, stepped around Pumphrey and gets the left-handed layup to go. Right away, Concordia, Wisconsin able to get on the horse down the floor and a quick 2 points. Now Pumphrey the drive and kick. Vance wide open for 3. That doesn't fall. Rebound for Flowers, but then in transition, the ball was tipped. Wurzak was able to throw it back in before it rolled out of bounds. Now Pumphrey with it. Dribbles inside the elbow, missed the J. Rubis gets the offensive board. Steps to the corner, turns, left the 3 short, got his own rebound, and hits the 12-footer. Sean Cassidy will not be happy about that defensive possession for the Falcons as Rubis ties it up.
Yeah,
2-2.
Yeah, a little too easy there for the Spartans. I mean, clean look from 3, and then the offensive rebound able to go for the...
Now Flowers a look at the other way for 3. Short, that rebound comes back to him. He jump stops to the block and gets an eye off the window and in. 4-2 Falcons, 90 seconds now elapsed here in the first half as Pumphrey brings it down the right side. Front court here for the Spartans. Finley a ball fake on the left wing. The give to Rubis, he'll back it out. And the Pumphrey now out near center court. Looking to break down off the dribble. Over to the left wing. Finds Finley. He's on the left wing and pulls up for 3. Got it. AU in front 5-4. Now the ball in Jerse's hands for the first time. And he'll get rid of it here to the left wing for Vance. Stand corrected for Zietlow, wrong basketball team. The miss, Vance gets the rebound. Far sideline, was pinned up there. Get rid of it for Pumphrey. We'll skip it to the corner for Finley for another look from 3. That one was off the mark. Rebound was loose in the lane before Keller able to come up with it. Now to Jerse on the left side. He brings it into the front court, has it at the top of the arc as Aurora looking to trap the ball for a moment. Flowers got a look on the baseline. A long deuce gets that, and the Falcons retake the lead 6-5.
Spartans clearly already 5 shots from 3 so far, so obviously an emphasis on that 3-point ball here this afternoon.
Here Wurzak took it on the baseline, dropped it off for Finley. Bucket and 1, and a flex after as the Spartans go up 7-6.
And those are the shots that they missed against Dominican that really came back to hurt them. Those layups where you're contested, and it looks like maybe you should maybe make those. I mean, but fighting through the contact and getting the bucket and 1, great play there by Finley.
Ethan Conroy, the senior from Melbourne, Illinois, checks in for Pumphrey as Finley looks to complete the 3-point play and gets the hometown roll. 8-6, 17:20 to play in the first half. Spartans in front. Johnson had his first touch, gives it up for Zietlow up top. The handoff for Jerse. He'll find Flowers, who's on the left wing. Flowers had himself a big day in his first career start 3 games ago, looking for his first point since. Ball into the post for Keller, turning right, no good. Zietlow the tip back, nothing doing there, but he's fouled. And Aurora's first team foul is going to be on Wurzak. 3 minutes gone here in the first half, 8-6. Big thank you to Ali Texera, who's helping us out with the camera today. Here is Zietlow, a 79% free throw shooter. Somehow doesn't put him in the top 5 in the league. He misses the first free throw here. It's been an issue at times for CUW. 10th in the league, 3rd worst at just under 64%. We'll split the free throws here to make it 8-7. Conroy across center. He was trapped. Ball gotten rid of to Vance, who sends it into the corner for Rubis. The 3 spins out. Vance there for the offensive board and the putback. That was an issue at times this season for CUW, giving up offensive rebounds. They've given up 10 plus in 9 of 13 games so far. Have already given up 3, but the response, Jared Jurst for 3, ties it up. 16:28 left here in the first half, with Wurzak on the left wing for Aurora travels. That's the first Spartan turnover tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned the offensive rebounds being a bit of an issue for Concordia, Wisconsin. I mean, neither team really has the height advantage in this one, so I think that the rebounding will be a crucial point in this game, especially if a lot of offensive rebounds do go Aurora's way like it has so far.
Flowers, corner 3, left that one short. Vance has the rebound, already 3 of those. They'll throw it ahead. Finley gets the ball, the baseline, the hesitation, blew by his defender and laid it in. All about the freeze right there from Finley. He makes it 12-10. There's 16 to play here in the first half. Jurst with it, pick and roll, and a good look. Keller high out the window, no good, crashing the boards. Zitlo not able to get the follow. Keller gets another offensive board, and then Johnson tried to fire a pass inside, threw it right on out of bounds. Jarek Hotwagner, senior out of New Buffalo, Michigan, into the game to replace Will Rubis, and we see Keller exit here as Alex Antoni, the 6'8 junior out of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin, is into the game for the Falcons. Conroy with the ball across center court for the Spartans. A pass for Vance on the left wing. He takes it to the baseline, has to send it back out for Hotwagner. Wants the deep 3, left it short, but Conroy's there for the board. And Wurzak, he went with the hesitation, drove, left the right-handed layup short. A rebound pulled in by Zitlo to Jurst, left side, firing it across the lane. And then a loose ball as it was tipped in the lane there. Johnson had it on the far sideline. And it looks like he took a bit of a bump there as Conroy picks up his first foul.
Talking about the vision of Jurst there. I mean, he made a very good pass there across the court. I mean, he had a guy right in front of him he probably could have dumped it down to, but instead made a tougher pass. And I mean, I think that's probably why he's near the top of the nation in terms of assists.
Grant Karsten, the freshman from Decatur, Illinois, downstate, checks in. 3 ball up top, Jurst no good. Vance with another rebound, and he brings it up the center of the court. Taking a look as the ball goes over to Finley, and now Wurzak on the left wing. He's open for 3, but it's short. Rebound tipped out for Conroy. Finley on the right wing now as the Spartans get another try, this time down the floor. Both teams with more offensive boards than defensive ones at this point in time. Conroy from the left wing. He drives, drops it off. Hotwagner for 2. Great vision by Conroy that time for the dime, and it's a 4-point Spartan lead. 14:31 left in the first half, 14-10. Jurst once again trying to run the pick and roll. Will go out to Johnson. He's on the right wing, guarded by Vance. Steps back, fires up the 3. Missed it. Finley the board. Down the right side for Conroy, who steps into a right wing 3. That won't fall. Zitlo the rebound, and he's fouled by Hotwagner. AU now 1 for 9 on 3s. 5 of 7 inside the arc. Hotwagner's first personal, 13 foul. We see Pumphrey return to the game. Wurzak and Finley go out. Here's Rashad Johnson as well, the junior from Oaklawn, Illinois. And Zitlo exits for Concordia, Wisconsin, as Lake George, the senior from Milwaukee, heads into the game for his first minutes. Picked up his first career double-double against Aurora back on December 4th. Went for 11 points and a career-best 11 rebounds. He has the ball out on the left wing, gets the handoff. Another handoff on the right wing for Johnson. He looks to attack, stops at the post, goes with the up and under, left the shot short. Hotwagner with a rebound, and a foul here on CUW. As they get Johnson for his first foul, second team foul. 13:57 left in the first. It's 14-10. Spartans in front as Pumphrey bringing the ball up the floor for AAU. He's in front of the Concordia bench. And now around the arc as Vance gets it on the left wing. He dribbles to the top of the arc, looking to break down. He'll kick it to Pumphrey, right wing. He's to the free throw line. Tries the runner, no good. And the rebound for Johnson. To Jurst now in front of the scorer's table. He'll bounce it into the lane for George, rumbling to the hole. He gets the hoop in the horn. Conroy was trying to take the charge. He ends up not getting that call. Hotwagner does. I think Conroy might have been too deep anyway. Hotwagner's second foul.
And that ends a 3-minute scoreless run there for Concordia, Wisconsin.
George at the line here to make this a 1-point game, and he makes the free throw. Now it looks like Conroy is the one who gets the foul, not Hot Wagner, so that's his second personal. Vance gets a look from 3 in the corner. That won't fall. And the 3-point woes for AU continuing now, just 1 of 10. Johnson for Jers, left wing. He goes across the gym for George. Pass was too tall as he was flashing toward the hole, and now out for Johnson. He's at the top of the arc. Backing it out near center court. It's a high screen to the left wing. Back up top for George. Looking to attack. Pro step all the way there. And the left-handed layup as the Falcons retake the lead. 15-14, 12:53 left in the first half. Conroy out on the left wing. He finds Johnson. A dribble. Moving to his right. Pulls up for the long 2. Off the mark. The rebound. Hot Wagner went for it, but Jers beat him to it. Now it's numbers for the Falcons. Jers, free throw line. He finds Antoni cutting to the hoop. Gets that one to go. And it's 17-14. Quickly down the floor for Conroy, who looks to take it inside. Throws it up top. Pumphrey, he's wide open from downtown. That won't go either. Jers the rebound. All the looks have been excellent from 3.
They just can't knock him down.
All but one of them has stayed out. Now George up top looking to take it there. Left-handed layup attempt off the mark. Rebound was tipped. And now a 3. And banged in by Karsten to make it 20-14. Once again, offensive rebounds. This one very costly. AU down 6 with 12 remaining here in the first half. Hot Wagner, his pass was tipped by George and not able to secure the steal. He ended up booting it out of bounds. A little bit of a chuckle there at the end of the play. Jalen Smith into the game, junior from Ankeny, Iowa. Several changes here for AU. Rubis and Smith are in here. Mike Finley is going in. Looks like Pumphrey's going to stay into the game. And Justin Wurzak is out there as well. Jers, George, Karsten, Zietlow, and Keller, the 5 here for Concordia, Wisconsin. Pumphrey inside, the kick for Smith for 3. Doesn't draw iron. 11:32 left in the first half, 20-14 Falcons. Jers spins his way into the lane, kicks it to Karsten, quick release 3 ball, that one goes.
Concordia, Wisconsin on a 13-0 run in the last 3 minutes, so the Spartans got to find something on offense here.
And now Wurzak inside, the kick for Finley. He'll take it down the baseline and got bumped by Zietlow out of bounds. So Zietlow here picking up his first foul, 3rd team foul. 23-14.
It was a real smart play there by Finley, recognizing that the 3 ball just hasn't really been going down for them tonight. Did a good job of driving inside and picking up the foul.
30-second timeout for head coach Matt Airy for Aurora. Spartans down 9. We're nearing the midpoint of the first half. AU shooting just 29%, 1 of 12 on threes. Concordia 9 for 19, 3 of 8 from behind the arc. AU -3 on the glass, despite having a narrow advantage in offensive rebounds. This comes down to making shots at this point. It hasn't been for a lack of opportunity. Like to think when you start this cold, it'll get warmer as the game goes along. If it doesn't, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, and it looks like the Spartans are just trying to shoot their way out of it, which, you know, it could be, which some people, I mean, there's 2 sides of that. I mean, some people think that that's a good strategy. Others think, instead, maybe try and work it inside and get some easy buckets. But so far, it looks like that they're going to be going with the shoot-through-it strategy. We'll see if that stays after this timeout.
Pumphrey on the baseline to inbound, gets it in for Wurzak. He's out near center court to the top of the arc. Now Finley and Pumphrey on the left wing. Thought about the NBA distance 3 ball. Gets a screen from Rubis. He rolls away. Now Pumphrey with it, looking to break down off the dribble and missed the layup. The explosion to the hole beat his defender, didn't get the finish. And the Falcons with the rebound going back to work. Here's Zietlow with it. The right wing where Karsten has it. Going to work on Pumphrey and Aurora's man-to-man defense. Now Jers out near center court. 12 to shoot. He goes to the left, attacks to George. He's at the block, lost the ball on the way up, managed to get it back. 5 to shoot. Karsten on the right wing to George with 2 left on the shot clock. He gets the 3 off and actually did not get that one in front of the backboard. It'll be a shot clock violation.
That's exactly the kind of defense Aurora is going to want for the remainder of this game, forcing them into those tough outside looks where Concordia, Wisconsin tends to struggle.
But Aurora still scoreless over what is now nearly 4.5 minutes. 13 straight points for Concordia, Wisconsin. Johnson on the left wing, looking to feed Rubis in the post, and it was jumped and stolen by Keller. For George now at center court. Even numbers here as Zietlow has it. Free throw line extended, goes inside. Keller gets his way inside, and a foul here. Looks like it's going to be on Michael Finley. He was set to take a charge, didn't get that call. Foul was called on the floor. 15 foul. Finley's first. AU with 1 foul to give here. Just past the midway point of the first half. Ball inside for Keller. He's able to finish. A strong, tough one from the block. 25-14, the Falcons lead. Wurzak on the right wing for AU. Spins his way. Good up and under. Off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled in by Keller. Down the floor, it's 2-on-2, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Zietlow on the left wing. He hesitated, drove and kicked for Karstens from outside. No. Rebound for Rubis. A 15-0 Falcons run. AU scoreless their last 5 and change. Finley trying to stop that. He drives. Take the bucket off the board. Foul called on the floor here as Karsten picks it up. Vance and Hashem Keys, the junior from Crete, Illinois, coming in for AU. Humphrey and Finley exit. And Johnson back into the game for the Falcons, along with Isaiah Tennett, the senior from West Bend, Wisconsin. Also a all-conference kick returner for the football team. So honored in all 4 of his seasons. He gets his first minutes here. 3 from Wurzak, no good. And we have an official's timeout as Tennett had a bracelet on, and that was no good. They allow him to get rid of that. Quick huddle for the Spartans, down 25-14, 9-10 left here in the first half. It's Tennett, Johnson, Zietlow, George, and Keller, the 5 for the Falcons. Here's Keller with it. For Johnson, second team all-conference last season. Finds Tennett on the left wing. And into the corner for Zietlow. Back to Tennett with 10 left on the shot clock. Johnson's on the right wing trying to break down Vance. Toss to the corner for Zietlow with 4. He got the 3 off. Wurzak very nearly avoided fouling him. Rebound for Aurora, and Keys is in trouble. Managed to get it across the timeline as Concordia was looking to trap. Rubis to the block, no good. Keys, the offensive ball to follow to end a nearly 6-minute scoreless drought for the Spartans.
Great defense transitioning to good offense. I mean, that's what it's going to take for the Spartans to get back into this one.
Now Tennett with it into the corner for Zietlow. Thought about the 3 ball, spinning his way to the rim. Underneath, right-handed finish, good. Making 27-16 with 8:10 to play in the first half. Down the floor, Johnson for Vance, and now Keys on the far sideline. He'll leave it for Rubis, and a bounce up top for Wurzak. Right wing. There is Johnson across the gym. Rubis for 3. Yes! As AU finally able to can a 3 ball. Down 27-19. That was a point of emphasis as a foul here called on Rashad Johnson. It was a point of emphasis for Coach Cassidy, was defending the 3 after the Spartans rained down a bunch of them. I don't know that he'd be terribly happy with the way they've defended the 3. I'm sure he's happy with the fact that none of them have gone in for the most part. Falcons now in the bonus the rest of this one. George gets a touch in the post and a real tough finish from underneath the basket from the post move. 29-19. Keys with the ball now on the right wings. He briefly lost it. Able to get it back, and Vance dribbles to the top of the arc. George following him. Vance dribbles past him, takes it all the way to the cup. And the lay-in is good. Spartans back down 8 as Vance with his second bucket of the evening. 4 points, 4 boards for the big junior out of Lake Park High School. Now Zietlow with the ball on the right wing for the Falcons. 7 minutes left in the first half. Spartans have found themselves in a bunch of early holes. George takes it to the rim, late whistle. 2 free throws coming up as Johnson commits his first. Correction, his second personal, and that is the 17th foul on the Spartans. So George to the line, 50% free throw shooter this season. Coming into the contest, but did complete an and one earlier. His first attempt back iron and no good. Saw JT Daniels enter here for Aurora, the freshman from Madison, Illinois. On the floor with Johnson, Wurzak, Keys, and Vance. Now it's Johnson, Zietlow, Keller, Tanette, and George with Camden Flowers waiting at the table. And as George makes the free throw, he'll head to the bench for Flowers. 6:55 remaining, first half, 30-21 CUW. He's with the ball in the backcourt, being guarded by Flowers. Center court and to the far side. Wurzak with the ball at the top of the arc, looking to attack. Lost the basketball, saved as Zietlow, I believe, thought that was going off of the Falcons. It bounces all the way to Sports Information Director Brian Kipley at the table.
He made a great catch.
Made the catch. I don't know why he didn't put it up from there. Come on, Kip. What was his chance?
Yeah, he's sitting down, but I think
he was right there in the strike zone. He was ready.
I'd like to see it.
Catch and shoot. Spartans ball still. Keys on the take, high off the window and in. Tough one that time, but Hashem gets it. 30-23 is Keys with his second field goal of the evening. Now Falcons back to work. Flowers in the corner for Zietlow. He looks inside, has to go back to Flowers, and up top for Johnson. The dangerous big man. Wins Flowers again for 3. It's deep. It's also no good as Pumphrey gets the board. Under 6 to play first half. Spartans now 4 of their last 5 from the field. Pumphrey, a great look inside for Daniels, but the power dribble ended up costing him as he was blocked. It's number 56 this season for the Falcons. Better than 4 per game this season. A travel call here on Johnson as he has the ball on the left wing. That'll be the 4th turnover for the Falcons. 5:38 left in the first. It's 30-23.
Yeah, and talking about the blocks, if you can average over like 2 or 3 blocks per game, I mean, you're doing a lot of things right defensively. And just the first one tonight here for Concordia, Wisconsin, but they've done their job defensively so far.
Here Keys is going to pick up the offensive foul as Flowers took the inadvertent shot to the face. Offensive foul will be the 4th turnover on Aurora. 5:25 left here, 30-23. Flowers has to come out of the game here, I believe, and will. Jers re-enters. That certainly wasn't intended, but it sure did look painful. Jers will inbound here in front of Falcons coach Cassidy. Tanette across center court. They're working up top. Zietlow with it there. Daniels guarding him. AU in a man-to-man. Zietlow looking to attack. Missed it wildly, but the rebound briefly by Keller, and then the power dribble. He took it down and ended up being stripped of the basketball. Aurora in transition. Pumphrey inside, and Wurzak got fouled as he was ready to put up the 2. See who they get this one for. This will be the 15th foul. They get Zietlow for it. And it'll put Wurzak on the line for his first free throws tonight. 75% free throw shooter. He's been good at the line this season. George and Karsten will re-enter here for CUW after Wurzak makes the first free throw. Zietlow and Tanette head to the bench. 30-24. Now the Falcons, the ones who haven't scored in about a couple of minutes now, a few seconds shy of that. Wurzak's second attempt. Look at both here. 5 minutes to play here in the first half. AU back to within 5. Getting a few stops here against the Falcons. Johnson Keller, handoff. He rolls to the hole, dribbled it off his leg, picked up by Wurzak. Takes it across center court and gets a lane all the way to the hole. High off the window, no good. Rebound tipped a few times. Daniels and Keller will end up tying the ball up. I wasn't sure if they were going to get Daniels for a foul or if they would give the jump ball, and they do.
Yeah,
it'll be Falcons basketball.
Certainly very close there. Either way, I mean, I don't think there would have been argument either way for whether it would have been a foul or a jump ball.
Johnson to inbound here. 30-25 is the score. Concordia, Wisconsin in the lead as Jers on the right wing, attacking the basket. Has to stop and kick for Karsten for three, and he bangs it in. Falcons back up 8. 33-25. Humphrey taking it all the way. Threw it inside for Karsten, who got back and stole it. And then Concordia, Wisconsin steals it. Vance inside Daniels. He gets the finish. When transition goes wrong. And AU, the recipient that time. 33-27 now with 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Keys clapping in front of Jers, who gets a screen from Keller. He dribbles to the top of the arc. Taking it inside the elbow. Pass was tipped by Vance, stolen by Pumphrey. He'll throw it down for Keys. Steps around Jers, takes it into the lane, swings it for Vance. Wide open for three. No. AU now 2 of 15 from 3. Keller the other way, into the corner for Karsten. And out to the timeline for George. 3:30 to play in the first half. 33-27. Johnson dribbles to the top as he gets a screen. Out of the right wing. Spins his way into the high post. Stops there, tries to fall away. That won't go. Rebound for Vance. Bailey already with 5 boards. Doing well on the window so far, and now Keys with the ball across center court. CUW in. It appears to be a man-to-man look. Wurzak right wing. Great look inside. Daniels able to roll away to the block, wide open as Wurzak drew to the fence. It's 33-29. 2:49 left. Opening half here at Thorningen. Pick and roll, Keller gets it to go. Daniels was set. Official doesn't think that was a charge, and it's a 6-point Falcons lead yet again. Now Vance on the right wing. A dribble to his left, up top Wurzak. Thought about putting up the 3. Now to Daniels on the left wing. Inside for Vance. Ball was at his feet, but he handled it and goes to Keys for the left wing 3. What else is new? 3 ball doesn't go from there. Rebound and a running start for Johnson, who's into the high post. Gives it to Jers. The kick for George. Tried to reverse that time. Got stuffed by Daniels, and a late whistle will put George on the line for 2.
Yeah, and that was the official up at the top making that call, so the crowd really not liking that call there.
Neither is Matt Airy, who's furious. A very late whistle. It also will ensure the Falcons shoot 2 for the final 2:08. 35-28 the score here in the first half. George at the line, and he makes the first free throw. Hotwagner and Finley back in. Daniels a really good spell that time. A quality 5 minutes. He goes off. So does Pumphrey. George now 3 for 4 at the line. And he will go and put up another. No good. Rebound for Vance. 7-point Falcons lead. 2:03 remaining before halftime. Spartans have not won this season when trailing at halftime. They're 0-9. They won't make any headway here as Jarek Hotwagner called for the offensive foul. Moving screen, his second. Double bonus now, as we mentioned already, but no foul shots on a shooting foul. 36-29 CUW. 1:53 left in the first half as Jers takes it across center court. Johnson gets the ball at the volleyball line, guarded by Vance. To Jers on the left wing. Finley's on him. Jers takes it inside, at his pass tipped into the seats. And that one nearly did some significant damage over there in the seats.
You gotta keep your head up at all times. Can't take your eye off the ball. You never know when it's going to come your way.
Got knocked off a fan's glasses, but she's okay. Now Johnson takes the inbound. He has 11 to shoot. Top of the arc. Step back 2. No good. Hotwagner went and got the rebound. Hotwagner came flying in there for that one. Now Keys to Hotwagner up top. Deep 3-ball. Tumbles off the rim. Rebound George. Not much more to say about it. The threes have been a major issue here. Johnson had the ball knocked out of his hands once. Came to him on the way down and then was fouled on the way back up. I think some fans want to travel there, but I think they got that one right. I think it was tipped out of his hand. And now we'll get a couple of free throws here as Finley picks up his second personal. You see Will Rubis return to the game as a Bird has...
I think that's a bat. I'm not quite sure, but that is quite interesting.
Very interesting. No, I think that's a Bird.
It's a Bird? Okay.
Nope. It's coming for us. No, that is a bat. You are right on the money.
Yes.
That is definitely a bat.
Wow, what are the odds?
First free throw was good. Not great. You don't want them in here.
No, certainly not.
I'm sure the bat is the last one who wants to be in here right now. Just having a grand old time here as both free throws good to make it 38-29. Bat's got the best look of anyone here. It's like the sky cam here as Vance takes it straight to the rack. And not quite a one-handed slam, but he does get the 2 with 54 seconds left here in the first half. Ball inside and a charge called on Keller, who was a bit out of control. Last foul to give here. AU can get into the bonus potentially. 38-31. 51 seconds remaining before halftime here. Here's Vance. Ball center court, lost the dribble, somehow got it back. Gives it to Hotwagner. He takes it to the block. Off the window, no good. He dribbled too far underneath. So about a 6-second, maybe 7-second difference between the shot and game clock. Not enough for a 2-for-1. Jers for 3. Left wing, it's good. That's a big one to put the Falcons up 10. And the shot clock is off. 41-31. Vance is out on the far sideline. Guarded by George, but with his dribble. 8 seconds remaining. He goes past George, and George came back and ensured that Vance was going to have to earn that deuce at the line. That is George's first personal. 7th team foul, but that's not likely to matter here with 6 seconds remaining in the half. The Falcons will certainly enjoy a lead going into the second half. They are 7-1 when leading at the break. Vance, a 77% free throw shooter. Makes the first free throw here. Meanwhile, our friend the Bat, I think, has decided to go for a rest.
Yes. For now, exited the building. We'll see if he'll make a return later on. But, wow, talk about it.
Realized he was somewhere he did not want to be. Headed for the exit. Vance gets the first free throw. Here's the second. That's good. It'll be 8, possibly, pending the Falcons' last look here. Jers for 3. No. The offensive board and the follow just off the mark from Antoni. And that's it for the first half here at Thornton Gymnasium. 41-33. Concordia, Wisconsin leads Aurora. This is Aurora University men's basketball. At halftime here at Thornton Gymnasium, Lancaster Court. A day that so far has really had everything. Power outage with a slight delay, and we had a Bat get in here and take in the festivities. After all that, it's Concordia, Wisconsin leading Aurora 41-33. Glad you are with us. My name is Sean Fry. Andrew Zimmerman is alongside, and of course we have Ali Texera helping out with the camera work today. You know, before we get into the totals here, I mean, really what it comes down to is Aurora's had looks, they haven't gone in. It's kind of the continuation of what we've seen the last handful of games. Just have to find a way. You know, the problem is a lot of it has been from outside, really good looks from three. Just nothing going down right now. If that doesn't change, it's hard to foresee how a comeback is in the offing here at Lancaster Court.
Yeah, certainly, and I think we were talking about it before the game even started. It came down, I think, a lot to making three-point shots and trying to at least stop Jerse's ability to get assists. And so far, I mean, Aurora hasn't been able to do it. Jerse has 6 assists. They've only made 2 of 17 from beyond the arc, so it's been a tough go this afternoon, but to only be down 8 right now, I mean, they're still in the game. So that there is hope. If they're able to maybe knock down some of those threes, and it could be a whole different ballgame at that point. So I think there's still some life in Aurora, and this next 20 minutes could be a lot different if they're able to knock down that 3 ball. But like you said, I mean, it's kind of been a similar story in the past couple of games, and really. You gotta find your points somewhere, and there's probably been 4 or 5 times they've missed some layups they probably should have made, and those are points that I think at that point, I mean, you make 4 of those layups, it's a tie ball game at that point. So it's just missed shots by Aurora, I think, that have really come back to hurt them the most.
Aurora shot 34% from the field in the first half, including 2 of 17 on threes. 5 of 5 at the line, out-rebounded 26-19, 8-7 on the offensive glass. 8 points, 6 rebounds for Bailey Vance, 8 points for Michael Finley, 5 for Will Rubis, 4 for Hashem Keys, and for JT Daniels. A couple of points each for Justin Wurzak and Jarek Hotwagner. CUW shoots 44% in the first half, 5 of 14 on 3, 6 of 9 at the line. 9 points for Lake George and Grant Karsten, the latter 3 of 4 on 3. 6.6 dimes for Jared Jerse, 5 points, 5 boards for Joey Zietlow. 4 points for Camden Flowers and Brandon Keller, the latter has 7 rebounds. They've done their part on Jordan Johnson, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Johnson had a lot of success over Aurora in his previous 6 games, averaging over 16 points, 4 rebounds per game against the Spartans for his career. Quiet so far. AU hasn't been able to make enough baskets to make that matter so far. They'll start with the ball here, right to left in their home white uniforms, with Vance, Pumphrey with the ball, Finley, Rubis, and Wurzak starting against a man-to-man look from CUW. Ball right inside Bailey Vance. Skipped his way inside, left the shot short. For Wisconsin, it'll be Jerse, Zietlow, Keller, Johnson, and Karsten. They'll be the starting 5 here. They'll go left to right in their road blue uniforms. Jerse with the ball up top. They'll go to the right wing for Karsten. Now inside. That's Keller across the gym. Zietlow from downtown. Too strong. Vance able to haul in that rebound. 41-33 is the score. Opening minute, second half. Vance for Rubis into the corner. Wurzak is wide open for 3. Got it. Maybe now the lid is off the basket from out there as Wurzak with his second field goal tonight. And the Falcons turn it over, pushing it up the floor in transition.
Well, it'd be really hard to do any worse than they did from beyond the arc in the first half.
Yes,
so
it would.
Good to knock down the first one of the second half, and hopefully that is a story of things to come for the Spartans.
Pumphrey for Wurzak. He's at the top of the arc. Taking a look inside, now to the right wing. That's Pumphrey, and now Vance into the corner. 11 left on the shot clock as Rubis gets it on the left wing. Ball fake. His drive was cut off, and a pass was jumped and stolen by Zietlow. He has the two-handed slam at the other end. Falcons back up 7. Once again, quickly up the floor here. Pumphrey looking inside. He'll try the floater. No good, but Wurzak is there for the rebound. Another try here. As Wurzak rolls his way to the hole and has another couple of points. Wurzak doing the heavy lifting here so far in these opening minute and a half plus. 43-38. Jerse a look inside. That was Keller, no good. Rebound tipped. Vance has it. Vance with 8 boards. Down the floor for Wurzak. He's on the left wing, up for Vance. He looks to drive and he kicks it. Rubis for 3. No. And the rebound for Jerse. They'll start it up. Cross center court. Jers to the left wing for Johnson for three. Rims out. Rebound was tipped for Karsten, who certainly appeared to travel there. No call, and the ball goes right back inside for Keller for two.
Yeah, probably pretty lucky there for the Falcons that they didn't get that call. But once again, I mean, it's been both sides, and the offensive rebounds have been going both ways, and those second chance points have really made a difference in this one.
Corner for Michael Finley. 17:33 left in the third. He spins his way underneath, waited out. Got a little bump there by Keller, not enough for a call, and Finley gets the deuce. Finley averaging 10 per game in his 3 starts, and now has a few more points here. He's up to 10 himself. Ball tipped out of bounds here. It'll be CUW basketball. Finley really playing some good basketball since joining the rotation, and especially since joining the starting lineup. Minutes were not numerous starting the year, but he's really played his way into a big role on this team. Karsten for three in the corner, no good. With the Spartans down 5, trying to close in. Pumphrey, the hesitation, the drive, and his pass was tipped. Stolen by Karsten. He gives it to Johnson. 3 minutes elapsed in the third. I was about to say the third quarter. It's the second half. Johnson on the way in. No good. Left the scoop short and then batted the rebound out of bounds.
I think you've been doing a lot of high school basketball games, Sean. It's getting to you a little bit.
That's what I'm used to it being, you know. Pumphrey heads off. Keys is into the game for the Spartans. No changes for the Falcons. We'll have quarters coming up here in our next game as well.
We will, yeah.
Keys with it in front of the AU bench. Wurzak up top. Inside for Vance. He'll kick it to the corner for Rubis, who wants the 3 ball. That's off the mark. Rebound for Johnson, and Wurzak came in and gave the foul. It wasn't much, but enough. 45-40, 16:29 remaining. Not the only action on the calendar today is Jers with the ball here. Up top for Karsten and now Zietla. Johnson on the left wing. Jers gets the ball here at the volleyball line, moving to his left, now to his right. High post. They'll throw it out to Karsten for the corner 3. That's off the mark. Rebound for Finley. Foul on the floor here on Finley. They got him for a push-off. And that would explain why he was so wide open there at the block. Foul's on the floor here. Second team foul. Finley's third, I believe. And it is. Inbound here. Post for Keller. Basket and one. Haley Vance wants an explanation, and he's not going to get one.
I think they also were looking for a travel there as well.
So Keller to the line. Now has 8 points to go along with his 8 rebounds. And now he's really closing in on a double-double. Has a couple of those for his career. 8-point Falcons advantage. Wurzak got all the way to the hole, left the runner short. Home run pass for Zietlow, who throws it down. Timeout Aurora. 50-40, 15:50 left. Falcons restore their lead to double digits. This will be a full timeout. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Some scores around the NAC on this Saturday afternoon. Dominican at Rockford, don't have a score on that one right now. Illinois Tech comfortably in front of Concordia Chicago early in the second, 52-32. It's Benedictine leading at Edgewood, 45-37 early in the second half there. Wisconsin Lutheran leads Marion at home, 54-43, also early in the second half. And nearing the midpoint, MSOE with a 1-point lead at Lakeland, 61-60. We'll keep you posted on those. Aurora with the basketball out of the timeout, down 50-40. 15:37 left here in the second half. Rubis to Keys, also Hotwagner, Johnson, and Vance on the floor for the Spartans. Rubis steps inside, able to draw some defenders. Johnson underneath, missed a gimme, then missed a putback and follow. Quickly down the floor. Keller fouled on the dunk attempt. He'll go to the line for a couple. AU can't really afford to miss those at this point.
No, yeah, too many missed layups so far here this afternoon, and the Falcons really getting out on the run there and getting some fast break points. They've done a good job of that here in the second half.
4th team foul, 2nd on Keys. Keller to the line, came in at 39% on the season, made a free throw earlier on his only attempt. They'll make both here. Despite all that, the woes at the free throw line, and he came in shooting 34% over his previous 6 games. He's in the top 30 in the country in field goal percentage. Now he's 3 for 3 at the line today. 52-40 Falcons. Hot Wagner thought about a 3, then takes it inside, tried to drop it off into the feet of Vance, but he managed to get it up out of trouble, up and through the hoop. So Vance with 10 points, 9 rebounds, looking for his 3rd double-double of the season, and he's on the doorstep there. Zietlow with the basketball for the Falcons inside for Keller, waited out Hot Wagner, and it's a gimme from there. Back to a dozen, the lead for the Falcons. Keys for Rubis, corner 3, yes. Now that improves AU's 3-point percentage to 19% tonight. Now down 9, Jerson inside, and the kick for Johnson for the triple. Let go, rebound Rubis. He gives it to Keys, who runs onto it and across the timeline. Into the corner for Rashad Johnson. I'm not sure if he shuffled his feet or was on the sideline, but either way, it's a turnover. Number 9 for Aurora here as Falcons get a couple of changes. Zietlow and Keller out. Sorry, it's Keller and Johnson out. Into the game, George and Antoni. No changes for the Spartans here. Durst across center court. Right wing for George. Crossed over Rubis, then got to the lane. Missed the left-handed shot, no good. Got his own rebound to miss. And the putback for Antoni on the 3rd attempt. 56-45, 14 minutes remaining. In the second half on Lancaster Court. Hot Wagner on the left wing. Across the gym for Rubis. Pass was tipped. Rubis got it back. Throws it out beyond the 3-point line for Keys. He's at the volleyball line with 10 left on the shot clock. Keys looking to attack and does. All the way there. And gets the floater. Quality take by Hashem, who now has 6 points. 56-47. Jers with Keys on his hip. Gets the foul. And 2 free throws. Aurora down to just 1 foul to give. Hot Wagner just gave his 3rd foul. We'll put Jers on the line. 77% free throw shooter as he steps to the line for his first free throws tonight. We'll see Camden Flowers come in for the Falcons in just a moment, along with Shamar Pumphrey for the Spartans. Keys goes off. Karsten takes a seat as well. 13:29 left. Falcons up 10, 57-47. Second free throw for Jers. Tumbles off the rim. Vance gets the board, and that will be his 12th career double-double. Rubis on the left wing. Sorry, 9th career double-double for Vance. Pass across the gym, tipped out of bounds by the Falcons. First double-double this season against a team not named Rockford University. Both of his other ones this season came against the Regents. Inbound finds Johnson out beyond the volleyball line. He steps to the top of the arc for Rubis. Left wing from 3. No, Johnson the board. 20 on the shot clock is the reset as Pumphrey gets it. Goes to Vance out on the right wing. Dribbling left, free throw line to the corner for Johnson, who gets the 3 off. Missed that. Rebound tipped. Zietlow finds it. He starts the break. 3 on 2. Behind the back pass. And a beauty for George, who lays it in. 59-47. Vance the other way. For Hot Wagner in the corner with the ball fake. He takes it inside, falling away at the block. He'll get the 2 free throws. With a masterclass of how to draw contact underneath that time. Zietlow gives his 3rd foul. That's just the first team foul on the Falcons here in the second half. 12:38 left, 59-47. How about that pass a moment ago?
Yeah, that was beautiful. I mean, perfectly executed. Doesn't get much better than that, but for the Spartans, just their 6th and 7th free throw attempts of the game, so really struggling to get to the line.
Wurzak will replace Rubis, and we'll see Zietlow come out as Braden Persinger in for his first minutes for the Falcons. Persinger, the senior from Reedsville, Wisconsin. Wagner makes both free throws here. Quality free throw shooter, knows him above 80% for the season. 12:38 left, 59-49. Wagner now out. Replaced by Michael Finley. Jurst with the basketball. For Flowers, and now George at the top of the arc. They'll leave it for Jurst. Was double teamed, had to get rid of it for George, then lost the basketball. Finley caught it on the ground just inside the baseline. Johnson in transition. Wurzak, who got fouled by Persinger on the way there. A couple of free throws for the junior out of St. Lawrence High School as Persinger gives his first foul. Wurzak tonight at the stripe made a couple on as many attempts. He's now 3 for 3 as Aurora back within 3 possessions. 59-50. 12:18 remaining. Second free throw, back iron, no good. Rebound for George. On the floor comes Jurst on the far sideline. It's Persinger and now George. Hand off. Jurst on the right wing. AU trying to make it very difficult for Jurst to get the ball out of his hands, but Johnson commits the foul. And now he'll come out for Ethan Conroy. Very clear game plan. Don't let Jared Jurst run the offense.
Yeah, it's the right way to go. He's dangerous commanding that offense.
Here he got a look from the free throw line, missed it, but the Falcons got the rebound, and now the three from Antoni is good. No one there, and it is 62-50. Wurzak now in the left wing for the Spartans, spins his way to the block. Nice up and under, but left the shot short, and then gave the foul after the miss. His third, and that is the 7th team foul, so this is a 1-and-1 here for the Falcons. And now he'll come off for JT Daniels. Spartans at 4-10 and 3-6 in the conference, and still just a game out of a 3-way tie for the final conference tournament position. But at this point, every game you don't win is one you have to make up later. Antoni got fouled, missed the front end. Conroy the rebound, and quickly up the floor for Pumphrey. Those two with Daniels, Vance, and Finley here for the Spartans. The hesitation, Pumphrey inside, rips the pass to Vance for the left wing three, and that won't go. The Spartans now 4 of 24. Loose ball out of bounds here off of, I believe, JT Daniels. Rebounds also an issue as the Spartans now -11. Despite shooting nearly 10% worse than the Falcons, normally it goes the other way. Can't get rebounds if you don't ever miss. Now on the left wing, Flowers with it midway through the shot clock. He gave it to Persinger, wasn't ready for it. The spacing really poor that time. Ball works its way out to Persinger on the baseline right side. A bounce pass for Jurst, who's open for the corner three. That would have hurt significantly. Rebound for Vance, and his outlet pass was tipped by Persinger out of bounds. Here is Pumphrey. Also Kyle Oddens, the sophomore from Milledgeville. There will be a test on that later. It's going to be Pumphrey, Oddens, Vance, Finley, and Daniels. My favorite piece of trivia, Milledgeville High School, home of the, we went over this, home of the Missiles.
Missiles, there we go. That's a good one. That's a good mascot.
It's a great mascot for high school sports, I will say that. Is Pumphrey with the ball out near center court. 17 seconds remaining on the shot clock, nearing the midpoint of the second half. Spartans down a dozen. Vance, the kick to the corner for Finley. He's out in the left wing now, looking to attack all the way to the hole, and gets the basket and one. Finley with the tough bucket, trying to bring the Spartans back into this one. Foul on Persinger. 10-point lead for the moment as Jers heads to the bench. Isaiah Tennette back in. And Finley with a chance to once again get the Spartans in the single digits. Jers heads off, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Finley with the make, 13 points. He's made both of his free throws, both and ones. A 9-point Falcons advantage as Tennette is out at the top of the arc. A pass for Johnson on the right wing. Moving left into the lane. The kick for Persinger for three. No. Rebound tipped. And Vance somehow came away with it. Now 1-on-3. Goes all the way there and gets it. Vance with the take himself and is going to be called for a delay of game here as he poked the ball. Won't be a foul as the ball hadn't been in play. I think Vance had to do that to be able to get back on defense. Worth taking the warning. 62-55, a second past the midpoint of the second half. Persinger to inbound. It'll be Tennette bringing it up the floor. For Persinger out on the right side. George at the top of the arc. Zietlow ready to re-enter for the Falcons. And here's Antoni to the right wing for Persinger. 13 to shoot. Comes out for Johnson, who's at the top of the arc. Going to size up Vance. And then left a bit of an awkward looking shot short. I think Persinger just gave the foul on Vance here on the rebound, and he did. Fourth team foul. Also his third personal, so a very quick 3 fouls for him, and he heads off. And that's who Zietlow comes in for. The Pumphrey, Finley, Daniels, Oddens, and Vance right now, the 5 for the Spartans as they try to draw closer. Pumphrey out on the far side for Oddens. Moves to his left and sends it to Pumphrey on the left wing, who wants the 3. That won't fall. George got the rebound. Certainly appeared to take a shot from Daniels, and Sean Cassidy was not pleased at the no call there. Then George dumped it off for Pumphrey, plays for Aurora. The other way in transition, Oddens to the block, left the shot short because he was fouled. Jordan Johnson tried to demonstrate what he thought he did. And of course, never win that argument. Oddens goes to the line. So Oddens goes to the line. And for the sophomore, 3 of 5 at the line this season. Almost the first free throw here. Will Rubis returns as JT Daniels comes off. 9 to play. 62-55 is the Falcons' advantage. Oddens will try to split the free throws here, and he does. It's a 2-possession game. Tennette is at the top of the arc. He goes to Johnson on the left wing as the Spartans here. The man-to-man look. Johnson on the baseline for Zietlow in the corner. Steps inside. Once again, tried the nifty pass, and once again, Shamar Pumphrey was there. He comes up the floor in transition, and his pass to the corner was stolen by Johnson. He now tries to work his way across center court and does. And he gives it to Tennette as Cassidy calls timeout. Full timeout, Concordia, Wisconsin, with the Falcons leading Aurora 62-56. 8:28 to play in the second half. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Well, it hasn't been a perfect performance for Aurora by any stretch of the imagination, but despite shooting 16%, that's not an error from three-point range, they still trail 62-56. Been out-rebounded 41-32. Turnovers have been about even. And they've done enough defensively to not make this a walk in the park for the Falcons.
Yeah, they've kept it close. Hasn't really gone. I mean, there's been some points where the Falcons have been up by about 10, but they haven't been able to really stretch that lead to a point where they're really comfortable. And it's been, I think, the Spartans' ability to get to the line here in these last couple of minutes that have really made this a 6-point ball game.
It's going to be free throws right away for the Falcons, though, as George got fouled underneath. Now here's going to be on Michael Finley. That's his fourth. So JT Daniels is going to come in and replace him as George goes to the line for the 1-and-1. George tonight 3 of 5 at the line. Season average coming in was 50%. And he's not going to let it fall back to that as he makes the first free throw and gives the Falcons a 7-point advantage. Vance, Daniels, Oddens, Rubis, and Keys, the 5 on the floor for the Spartans. Zietlow, Tannett, Johnson, Antoni, and of course George, the 5 here for the Falcons as the second free throw doesn't go. Stays a 7-point advantage. Aurora has led a handful of times in this one, but not in quite a while. 13-24 of the first half, the last time they led. Oddens with a miss underneath, got his own rebound, dropped it off for Daniels, who had his attempt stuffed, got his own board, missed another one underneath. He was too far under the basket, and then the rebound tipped out of bounds by Antoni. You have to love the heart here by the Spartans, but it has to be accompanied by some baskets at the same time. Keys trying to get it in and does into the short corner here for Vance, guarded by Tannett. That is a mismatch, but Tannett stood his ground, and Vance has to get rid of the basketball. Goes to Keys out on the right wing with 7 to shoot. Gets a screen from Daniels, takes it inside, and gets his attempt stuffed by George, but how many times do you see it when you swing like that? I don't know if he even got a piece of Keys that time, but he does get the foul, and that's the last foul to give for the Falcons. 2 free throws for Keys, and then the Spartans will shoot the 1-and-1 for the final 7:46 of this one. So this is 2 for Keys, who came in shooting 64% at the line. His first free throws tonight. Missed the first one too long. 63-56. Concordia, Wisconsin has not had an easy time scoring here. Just a point over the last 4:07. Empty trick. Keys misses both. Rebound run out of bounds by Tannett. I don't think he ever did have control of that one. And it'll be Keys inbounding on the sideline in front of the AU women's basketball team, catching the end of this one before they take the floor here in a matter of minutes. Keys with the ball on the inbound after throwing it in. Nearly lost his step and his handle, regroups, and then takes it all the way. High off the window and good. Keys with 8. Spartans down 5. Zietlow down the right side. A bounce for George. No handoff there. He'll take it out to the top of the arc. Trying to get inside. Nearly traveled. Rubis tips the ball out of bounds here. I thought he did travel that time. Matt Airy certainly thinks that was a travel. Now the change here as Antoni heads off. Who re-entered for him? Looks like it's Jared Juris back into the game. George picks up the ball in the interior with 10 to shoot. Hops his way into the lane, and that time he did travel. And got stuffed anyway for good measure. Brandon Keller also came in with Juris as Tannett headed off. No changes for the Spartans. Down 63-58, 7 minutes remaining in this one. Turnovers 13-11, AU the smaller number. Oddens out top. Finds his way to Rubis at the free throw line. Spin to his right, gets the right-handed shot to go. AU now down only 3. Trailed by 8 at halftime and have clawed to the doorstep. Can they get through the door? Jers on the left wing, guarded by Keys. Takes it to the baseline. Hands it off for Keller. He has to kick it to Johnson and now to Zietlow for three. And a backbreaker. Falcons not a great free throw shooting team. Still only at 30% for the game, but they've canned 7. They lead by 6. Foul on the floor here on Johnson. And it'll be a 1-and-1 here for Keys. Johnson's third. 7th team foul. Looks like George is going to come out as Karsten comes in. Karsten was a killer from behind the arc. First half, 3 of 4. Missed both of his attempts as he started the second half. Keys, after missing a couple of free throws earlier, gets the front end of the 1-and-1. AU back down by 5. Keys will get another try here. Keys could become the 4th Spartan in double figures if he can get this free throw to fall. No one in this game with more than 13 points at this juncture. Second free throw short, rebound for Oddens, gives it back for Keys out on the left wing. This could be a big trip for the Spartans here as Keys has it out near center court. 66-61. Keys out to the left side. Rubis setting a screen up top. Keys steps to it and then slices inside. He tosses it for Daniels. He's in the corner with 3 to shoot. Has to go up off the window. Didn't draw iron. They said Jers got the board before the shot clock went off, and he brings it across center court. To Keller, back to Jers. He's in front of the volleyball line. A pass to the corner. Karsten, great look for 3. Doesn't fall. Daniels gets the rebound. A hold your breath moment there with under 6 to play in the second half. Now Keys taking it right inside for Daniels at the line. He gets the runner to go. Once again, AU down 3. 5:22 left. Jers, as the gym gets real loud this time down the floor. Jers looking his way into the lane. The kick for Karsten. Thought about the triple. Gives it to Jers, who does pull the trigger and does drain the 3. He has 10 points.
Falcons doing a great job of responding. I mean, it seems like every time the Spartans get it into just one possession, they're just knocking down the 3s when they need it most.
8th 3 ball for the Falcons tonight. Oddens now on the front court for AU. Gives it to Daniels out at the volleyball line. He takes it into the interior, all the way to the hole. He gets the basket and 1. And Michael Finley flexes at the table.
The excitement is back in this gym right now, and it's electric here, coming down to the wire.
Finley will replace Oddens, and Daniels, a very tough 8 points tonight, matching his career high. Can give himself 9 points and once again pull the Spartans to within a possession. The foul was on Karsten. It's the 8th team foul. Daniels with the miss. Finley gets the rebound on a tip. He goes right back to the rim and lays it in. AU down by just a couple of points. 69-67, 4:30 left in this one. Jers up top, left open for 3 and airballed it. Zietlow was able to throw it off of Rubis and out of bounds. 4:22 left. Very close to being out of bounds on the way down. 17 on the shot clock as Jers looks to throw it in from underneath and finds Keller. The handoff for Jers. He spins his way to the block and then dropped it off. Gave it right to JT Daniels, who gave it right back to Keller. One disaster after another that time down the floor, and it'll be a 1-and-1 here for the final time for the Falcons as Daniels gives his second foul. It puts Keller on the line, who, as we mentioned, has had his struggles at the line coming in, but is 3 of 3 at the stripe tonight. Makes the free throw at 70-67. Second toss for Keller is good.
Oh, who cares about free throw percentages? Not Brandon Keller.
A 4-point Falcons lead, 4:05 left. Keys is out near center court. As the Falcons looking to deploy a 2-3 zone this time down the floor. Keys attacks it and kicks it for Rubis for three. It's on the line and it's money. A 1-point game, 71-70. Rubis now 3 of 8 from downtown. And the Falcons trying now to just hang on to this lead. Johnson with the ball out near center court. Timeout CUW. To applause from the Spartans fans here. 30-second timeout. Rebounding has evened up. Now just -3 AU there. They're +2 on the offensive glass. Turnovers not really an issue here. The Spartans starting to find some range from outside. Right there at the doorstep. What do they have to do to get, as I mentioned, through the door now?
Yeah, I mean, they're right there. So they got to continue to play good defense. And even though, I mean, the Falcons have done a better job at shooting the three in this game than maybe they're traditionally used to, I mean, you got to force them to those outside looks. And they've done a pretty good job of it so far, but they got to continue it. And getting to the line, they've done a good job of it in the second half. They've gotten a lot more free throw opportunities, and while they haven't necessarily converted a lot of them, they've gotten offensive boards and been able to get second chance points off of them. So the offense has come alive for the Spartans, and we'll see if they can hold on. They can push through here.
AU's made 6 of its last 7. CUW hasn't scored in over a minute and a half. Jurst with the ball in the inbound, right to the hole, lost it out of bounds. Keys pumped up after the D. AU has not led since 13:24 of the first half. They were up 14-13, then proceeded to not score again for nearly 6 minutes. This is a huge possession to creep in front. 3:10 left. Midway through the shot clock. Daniels the screen for Keys, who takes it inside. Now takes it underneath the hoop, kicks it for Finley. Free throw line with 8 to shoot, back out behind the arc. He drives, dropped it off for Daniels, nearly lost it out of bounds. Goes up off the window, no good, never caught the iron. The putback won't count. The fans got excited, but that was the right call that time. And credit to CUW with the stop to stay in front, 2:50 left, 71-70. Jurst across center court for Johnson on the right wing. Switches on to Daniels and has it on the left wing. Pulls up from 15, left the shot way short. Vance the rebound. Daniels may have gotten the piece. Keys with the ball now. He takes it into the lane. Right to the hoop, no good. Rebound. Vance off the window, threw it up, falling away, no good. Keller got the rebound and was fouled. He'll shoot 2. 2:25 left. AU furiously at the cup that time. Couldn't get it to go. We'll see who the foul is on. Finley was out there with 4 fouls. Don't believe it's on him as he's at the free throw lane. Rebound! Keller is 5 for 5. We'll miss the first free throw here, so it stays 71-70. Daniels gave his 3rd foul here. Falcons are in the double bonus for the rest of this one. AU right now just in the regular bonus. The Falcons with 1 more foul to give before AU will have a couple. Keller misses both. Rubis gets the rebound. Timeout Spartans. 2:17 left, 71-70 Falcons. AU with a full timeout as they try to complete the rally. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Spartans are right there, trailing 71-70, and they have the ball with 2:16 remaining.
Again, AU has not shot the basketball well. What have they done well specifically here over these last handful of minutes that have allowed them to get back in it?
Well, I think I've said it a couple times. It's been their ability to get to the free throw line. They've had 12 attempts in the second half after only having 5 in the first. So getting to the line and not settling for those outside looks, I think, have really what has pushed them ahead in this second half. And it's been those second chance opportunities. They've gotten a lot of offensive rebounds in this game. They have the advantage, 17-14, and it's been, like I said, it's those second chance opportunities that have really pushed them ahead in this one. And the defense has been outstanding. CUW hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes, and they're going to need to continue that great defensive effort if they're going to want to pull off this victory.
Because AU hasn't scored in the last 90 seconds plus, and that's why it's still a 1-point game. Keys with it in the corner for Rubis for 3, and the lead, and it's good.
They haven't shot it well from beyond the arc tonight, but when they needed it most, they got it. What a shot by Rubis.
And then Daniels gambled on the steal, and he'll put Zietlow on the line, and that right there is just about knowing where you're at in the game. A freshman mistake. He knows it too. He's played a great game. That's his 4th foul as well, so now he's on the cusp of fouling out with 1:58 left. 73-71 Spartans. Their 3rd lead tonight. Zietlow makes the first free throw. He's 2 for 3. He came in just under 80%. A very good free throw shooter. He can tie it up, and he does. 73 all. Spartans have Vance, Keys, Finley, Daniels, and Rubis. Finley and Daniels with 4 fouls each. It's George Jurst, Zietlow, Johnson, and Keller the 5 for the Falcons as we close this one out. Vance on the right wing. Up top as Johnson switches on to him. Vance gets a lane to the hole, and he got fouled on the floor. This will be a 1-and-1. Vance has made both of his free throw attempts here. This foul is on Zietlow. That's his 4th. Now we'll see Grant Karsten come in and replace George. Vance tonight, 12 points and equaling his career high with 15 rebounds. Misses the free throw, and Keller went up, got the board. So now the Falcons with a chance to creep ahead. Jurst across center, guarded by Keys. To his left, bounces it inside. Zietlow got a lane to the hole, and he gets the hoop and the harm on the late closeout. So Zietlow can make this a full 1-possession game after Mike Finley fouls out. Career night for the junior out of Bloomingdale. Career high 15 points. Just 1 week after setting it with 14 against Rockford. They'll be replaced by Justin Wurzak. 1:24 left, 75-73, Zietlow to the line. Falcons 65%, 15 of 23 at the line tonight. Zietlow will improve on that as he completes the 3-point play. AU doesn't need a 3 here. Still a few possessions left in this one, but can't afford many more misses. Timeout AU. Full timeout with 1:18 left, 76-73, CUW in front. This is Aurora University men's basketball. A look around the NAC, it's a final. Wisconsin Lutheran over Marion today in Milwaukee, 96-63. Illinois Tech about to finish off a win on Concordia Chicago, 92-56. In the waning seconds of Atwood, and Benedictine on its way to a win at Edgewood, 82-71 with a minute left. It's Dominican at Rockford today, no score there, and MSOE will be a winner at Lakeland. It's 90-79 in the final seconds there. There'll be a little bit of a shakeup. Illinois Tech badly needed that win against Concordia Chicago and got it. Cougars were in the tournament picture. Scarlet Hawks were outside of it. The latter drawing closer while the Cougars closer now to the cut line. Here, 1:18 left. Concordia, Wisconsin in a 3-way tie for third, and they'll stay there if they can get a win. They lead it by 3. Vance on the left wing. And an offensive foul is called on AU. Hashem Keys. That's his third. Well, the fight for the Spartans now will be as Pumphrey checks into the game. He's going to replace Daniels. So it'll be Pumphrey, Vance, Keys, Wurzak, and Rubis. Falcons with Karsten, Keller, Zietlow, Johnson, and Jers. The latest of whom has it across the timeline, takes it inside, spins into the lane, and kicks it. That's Johnson with it. He lost the basketball. Throws it out for Zietlow as we're into the final minute. A 3-point Falcons lead. Jers settling it down. A stop near mandatory here for AU. Jers out on the outside with 6 to shoot. He's double teamed, throws it underneath. Zietlow got loose and lays it in. I don't know if the double team was intended, but it ends up leaving Zietlow open, and now the Spartans really need to get a basket, and quickly. Vance tries to do it. His leaner inside, too strong. Jers with the rebound. There's a 1-second separation between the shot and the game clock. They find Zietlow underneath, and that's going to do it. 80-73. Pumphrey taking it inside. Out top for Rubis, the deep 3. That won't fall. Foul underneath. I think it's on Johnson. That'll be his 4th. With 12 seconds left, it's going to be too late to matter. AU with 10 games remaining, they'll fall to 4-11, 3-7 in the NAC. And will be at least 2 games outside of the tournament picture. Vance steps up, makes the free throw. Wurzak is out. Rashad Johnson back in, 80-74. Second free throw is also good as Vance has 14 points. Timeout Spartans. It'll take some rapid fire turnovers and quick buckets, but they'll try to draw it up here. 80-75, Falcons lead. This is Aurora University men's basketball. If the result holds here, it'll be Benedictine, Wisconsin Lutheran, and CUW still in a 3-way tie for the conference lead at 8-2. Rockford and Dominican both in the conference tournament picture. Tied for 4th, tied for 6th, respectively. That'll be an interesting one. MSOE has evened up its conference record at 5-5 with CUC. They should be in a tie for 6th currently. Illinois Tech and Lakeland will be tied a game outside of the conference picture. AU and Edgewood will both be at 3-7, unless Aurora can come up with some truly Reggie Miller-esque basketball here. Is that just for you? You should be a Pacers fan, right?
Oh yes, I'm well aware of the Reggie Miller. What was it? 9 points in like 8 seconds or something like that.
Very few seconds.
Yes. Well, I didn't see it live, of course. I'm well aware of
You're
that.
a little
yes,
young for that.
Yeah, a little too young for that. But I've seen the 30 for 30, of course.
Karsten at the line. Makes the first free throw. It's a full 2-possession game. AU wasn't able to get a turnover there. If Karsten makes this one, I don't see how a comeback is even possible. He does make both. It's a 7-point lead, and we'll have another timeout here for Aurora. They'll take a 30-second timeout, but down 82-75.
You're pretty much just delaying the inevitable at that point.
The Spartans have made a lot of changes. A noticeably different style of play now than they were a month ago, and that was pointed out by both coaches when I had a chance to talk to them. The last game they played in early December really didn't mean a whole lot as far as a film study standpoint, kind of had to prepare for everything. And AAU right now trying to win the effort and the energy every night, and there were certainly large stretches of this one where you felt the energy in favor of Aurora, but at the end of the day, 6 of 28 on threes and just 38% from the field for the game. It stands out. And for as many good things as Aurora did tonight, and particularly here over the last 5-6 minutes, the result going to be the same as it was on Tuesday. Spartans will lose for the 8th time in their last 10. And will somehow see a mark over their last 5 games of 26% from 3 drop even lower as they get ready to hit the road for a couple next week. Inbound is for Pumphrey. He will take it underneath, finds Johnson, who steps out behind the arc and hoists the late 3. It doesn't go. Daniels with the rebound, missed the follow. And the buzzer sounds. Concordia, Wisconsin with an 82-75 win over Aurora in the front end of our NAC doubleheader today. Final totals: AU 37%, 28 of 75. They end up with 12 more field goal attempts than the Falcons, but 6 of 29 for 21% on threes, 13 of 20 at the line. Narrowly out-rebounded 47-45, but a nice edge on the offensive glass, 19-14. 14 turnovers for the Spartans to 15 for the Falcons. Spartans put 3 in double figures. Will Rubis with 16 points, 5 rebounds. Career high 15 points for Michael Finley. And then Bailey Vance with 14 points, and he matches his career high with 15 rebounds. Then 9 points for Hashem Keys with team high 3 assists. 8 points, matching his career high for JT Daniels. Also 8 points for Justin Wurzak. 4 points for Jarek Hotwagner. 1 point for Kyle Oddens. Concordia shoots 44%, 28 of 63 from the field, 31% from 3, 8 of 26 in that category, 18 of 26 to shoot 69% on free throws. And they end up putting 5 in double figures, led by Joey Zietlow, who goes for a career-high 21 points plus 7 rebounds, 3 dimes. Then 15 points, 10 rebounds for Brandon Keller. That's his 3rd career double-double. 12 points, 6 rebounds for Lake George, 11 points for Grant Karsten. That's a career high by a full 6 points. Jared Jers had 10 points tonight, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. Already up over 200 assists for his young career, and came in already 6th all-time on the CUW all-time career assists list. Just adds to that tonight. 7 points for Alex Antoni. 4 points for Camden Flowers, and a couple of points for Jordan Johnson, as the Spartans did a nice job bottling him up, but too many other players able to get out, make some shots today, and the Falcons win by 7. Points off turnovers, 11-9 in favor of the Falcons. Second chance points, 18-26 in favor of the Falcons. With the win, CUW's won 4 in a row. They're 9-5, 8-2 in the NAC. So they stay in a 3-way tie for first. Spartans fall to 4-11. Second straight loss, 3-7 in the NAC. Now in a tie for 10th with Edgewood, and with plenty of work to do in this one. Spartans managed to claw their way to a late lead, but could not hang on, and now have lost all 10 times they've trailed at halftime. You know, and again, mentioned this on Thursday as AU lost to Edgewood in women's basketball. Moral victories don't count in the standings, and AU can't afford to have any more moral victories. They need to start being actual victories in the standings. Lots to feel good about. Have to think they're not going to shoot that poorly forever. And obviously that's going to be a point of emphasis, because a recent stretch of poor shooting leads to another loss here. And now a couple of games coming up on the road for the Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough offensively for them the last couple of games. They just really haven't been able to find their shot, and they did a little bit of a better job there in that second half, and that was really kind of how they were able to get that lead. But just some great composure by the Falcons there. I mean, even when it seemed like the Spartans had all the momentum, the crowd behind them, they stayed focused and pulled off the victory. So I mean, just a great job by them to not let a run by the Spartans get too much, and they're able to pull off the win here. But yeah, the 3-point shooting by the Spartans was ultimately, I think, was their biggest downfall tonight.
Up next for Aurora, a couple of road games next week at Marion on Tuesday, and then at Wisconsin Lutheran on Saturday for CUW. And we'll return to, not their home floor. It's actually I'm right, actually. It is their home floor at home against Lakeland on Tuesday, and then it's the Concordia Invitational Tournament at Concordia Chicago Friday and Saturday. Once again, the final, Concordia, Wisconsin defeats Aurora 82-75. The women for both teams warming up now as they'll conclude the twin bill here on Lancaster Court in just a bit. With Rally Tech Sarah helping out on the camera and my partner, Andrew Zimmerman. My name is Sean Fry. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Hope you'll stick around for women's hoops coming up. Thanks for watching Aurora University men's basketball at athletics.aurora.edu.